Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm doing this workout for this neuron threat modeling part of the TryHackMe security path. Been asked to for help yesterday. I thought better do a video. Hope this one help. It's free room, so everybody you can read all the information. I'll go through, especially for the tasks, where sometimes it's a bit confusing. Let's start the room, because this is how threat modeling, building cyber resiliency and emulation capacity through threat modeling. Okay, let's start this. I'm having my coffee. Sorry, guys. It's a bit cold this morning. Okay, what is threat modeling? Threat modeling is a systematic approach to identifying, prioritizing, and addressing potential security threat across organization. Of course, this was like if someone did CompTIA security plus, you remember this threat, vulnerability, risk. Uh, for example, this threat person vulnerability because your door you don't have a better lock or something like that, so you have a risk someone intruder will be in your house. Guys, you can read about this. I'm doing quick to most about the question of the task later on. This three tasks, 4, 6 and 7. So what we have here: high level process threat modeling, define the scope, asset identification, identify threat, analyze vulnerability and prioritize risks, develop and implement countermeasure, monitor and evaluate. Collaborate with different teams, because you need to collaborate with the security team, development team, the operation, the governance, GRC, the business stakeholder and user. Will get this later on in the task. Attack tree. In addition, high level attack tree is graphical representation used to threat modeling to systematically describe and analyze potential threat against the system. Like for example, this guess and authorized access. You can get compromised user account with access to sensitive data and all of that. The root node represents the attacker primary goal. So is this one, unauthorized access. In addition, okay, so I guess it's a free room, guys. You can read about it. Let's get a quick look at the question: what is the weakness or flaw in a system application or process it can be exploited threat? Of course, it's a vulnerability, so it's a weakness in the flaw in the system. I will try if I can have time to do the rest of the rooms. Based on the provided high-level methodology, what is the process of developing diagram to visualize organization orchestrator and where is that? Um, define the scope. No. What's the question? Based in the provided high-level methodology, what is the process of diagram visualize organization orchestrator and dependencies? Where is it? Organization orchestra dependency allows develop a diagram. So it's this one is asset and identification. What diagram describe and analyze potential threat against system application? Okay, we've been here. Is this one? That's what we called attack tree. Okay. The next one is the MITRE at ATT&CK framework. We did this mini rooms in TryHackMe. Let's examine one of the technical in the framework: application, public facing application, uh, exploit public facing application. Advertiser may attempt to exploit weakness in attempt facing host of system or misconfiguration. Okay, it's there. Oh, basically this one is more like an introduction to this exploit. We have the process example, we have the mitigation, You have detection, how to detect it, and then of course this is very important for red team simulation. Let's go through it quickly, guys. You can read, it's a free room. What is the technique ID of exploit public facing application? Of course, technique ID, it's always come here in the top. And then what, under what tactic does this technique belong? The tactic, sub-technique, no sub-technique. Tactic is initial access. So Control C. Okay. This question, now we need to practice here. Let me get my IP. Hold on. Let's go there. Now we can go to, okay, this practice of filtering or something. Let's, you can do here, I give you an example for the APT41. You can filter and group and all of that. You can play around it, but let's practice as you have. You can practice with this. He gave you, go practice with this one, and also you can do search for Google. We'll do the notes directly, the example we have. Let's play with the APT33. Okay, we create until layer, we go to enterprise, so we can do the full scope here. It comes, that's all the attack technique or something, but we need to filter to look for specific thing. So if we search now, we say APT33, we go for threat group, we have APT33, then we can view it if we want. It will open here. It will open the ATNCK. It gives us all the information about it as before, the software, all of it bit use it, but no, not interested in that. Now we select, you click a button, select. Now we have the IPT, and then let's close this so we have full view. You can see here the button here, it's a 31 technique. You can see if you hover on it, the declared pattern is a 31 technique, all the technique being selected here. We can expand here the subcategory, they will become big now. You can see we can expand it, we can play around it. Why is not going backward? Okay, let's so we have 31 selected techniques. So the question is, how many MITRE technique are attributed? It's 31, because we have here, it's there, it's 31 technique. And then the question is, upon applying the infrastructure as service platform filter, how many techniques are in the discovery? So let's get the discovery. This is the discovery. For now we have 30. So if we go to the filter and he said to us do the IIS, so we can remove this once. So we left only with the IIS in the filter. So how many we left? That's a discovery technique. It's here. It's 13 technique. So we have 13 now. Now we can get 13 technique. Now security framework. There's a lot of framework, and this is, guys, my advice, because I myself did a video call with someone that helped me to navigate the security. And his advice most of the time, he said these red team jobs will go out soon, and most of the II will take all of them. So it's better to be more in operation and modeling and like ISO 27 and or GRC, because this one all this one is good because more in security management. So you should concentrate of it more than red team and all of that. Like SOC, most of the jobs in entry level SOC. That's why now is few of them, because no software are doing the job. So the DREAD is a framework risk assessment model developed by Microsoft. No way, interested in Microsoft to evaluate and prioritize security threat. So we have threat, the letter DES, dread, damage, what reproducibility, exploitability, affected user, and discoverability. Ok, comme c'est en France, damage, reproducibility, exploitation, forgot the French. Any case, damage, and then the category are commonly phrased with the following question to integrate and definition provide. This is quickly to answer the question now. And then frame guideline, establish a standard set, encourage collaboration, all of that. Then they have the quality, we have the numbers 5, 7, 10, and it tell you all of that. Guys, you read about it. Given this guide, we can assess some known vulnerability in the application. Below is an example of scoring provided of each vulnerability. An authenticated remote code execution score 8, damage is high. If discover, you don't discover, so it's very high. Let's play around. We go into this task. What thread component assess the potential harm from 6-foot exploitation vulnerability? How bad the attack? So you can. It's better to look them here. Sorry, guys. In thread component, evaluate how other can easily find and identify the vulnerability. How easy order to find the vulnerability. How easy to find is how to find, not to exploit it. Sorry. How to discover. I'm a bit to find, so it's discovering which thread component consider the number of impact user when a vulnerability is exploited. Number of impacted user. So it's affected users. How many people will be impacted? Okay, so it's there. The next one is the framework, was because Try. Don't tell me is again Microsoft. Framework is a threat modeling methodology also developed by Microsoft, which has help identify. Okay, let's do this. We're done with this. I don't need this anymore. No, I don't want. So let's decide. Which help identify categories potential security threat in software development and system design. The Chrome Stride, so the letter, so spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, privilege, elevation of privilege, so it's authorization, and they tell you this. Okay, cool. To understand the framework better, it's deep dive in each category and discuss. As you can read, spoofing, spoofing of course is the errated tampering, update password on another user, installing system-wide backdoor. Repudiation is more like denying unauthorized money transfer, where the system lack of detained, denies sending offensive. It's about denying something. That's why we use image signature for this. I remember the question of CompTIA security plus information disclosure, denial of service, evaluation privilege. And here I give you some it will help us later on in this project. Threat modeling with STIDE to implement system decomposition. It's essential to integrate the 6 threat category into a systematic process. Threat assessment, deploy, applying the framework. We have the example. Of course, you need to talk to your team, development team, system architect responsible for designing the overall architecture of the cloud service, security team, business stakeholder, network and server and control system. Okay, let's play around. What functional information security concept that is straight from a build upon? Is built upon, yes, our friend CompTIA. CIA, the CompTIA, that security plus we all know. What policy does information disclosure complete information disclosure is regarding to confidentiality, so we know that. Then which stride component involve unauthorized modification of manipulating of data, unauthorized access, tampering. So we are tampering with the data. This one you need to be fast. So hey, let's try it now. Well, refer to disruption of system availability. Disruption of system availability. So it should be, if we disrupt something, is denial of service, which will give us the availability part of it. I think I need to concentrate more on this, because now let's do simulation. Now, part of the simulation, let's go, so you guys, you can help read this, so it gives us some kind of idea now. So you are already late in 11 a.m. You must finish a meeting with different teams. They said give us 1 hour, but you will find the project employee between 10 and 4. Keep an eye on the timer, as you have to create your presentation at 4 p.m. and submit at 5. And then the questionnaire area. In case you go to the wrong room, coffee is your room, an hour will be added. Basically, it's called you doing your job. Why are you going to the coffee? I don't know. I want to have coffee. What's the problem? CEO room, of course. CEO is not responsible here for threat modeling, so it's not a person to go to. 1, 2, 3, action 1. They didn't ask us questions. Software development. Hello, can you provide an overview application architect? Here we ask because he's a software person. He said, look, registration and authorization, use a dashboard. So after you log in, you search and you make payment. So we cool. We have what this application do. Thank you for your insight. Now, a system architecture. Hello, can I provide an overview of e-commerce application cloud architecture? So this guy is doing the cloud. Now we have an EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud, an RDS, relation database, an Amazon S3, I think is a bucket or something. I'm not in the cloud, more in Google. The security guy will tell, hey, can you help me identify potential threat and vulnerability to our organization? So the security is more will tell you what we are worried about. Now we are worried about the DOS attack, denial of service, SQL injection attack, brute forcing of credential, Hydra, enumeration of exposed asset, enumeration. So because second, in addition, our internal network can be infiltrated with phishing attacks. So it's an email containing malicious payload that may infect our employee workstation and obtain our internal server sensitive data. Okay, got it. Thank you for your insight. Strategic planning gives us overall what are the critical asset and processes in our e-commerce platform that we need to protect. Sorry. Now, our top priority are to protect our customer, personal finance data, secure our transaction processing system, ensure the availability of our identity platform. So we need to protect against DOS, the payment, and privacy stuff. So thank you for your insight. Now, did we go to a network abstract? Oh, we didn't. A network abstract, can you provide information regarding our internal network infrastructure? So we have a database server, we have a firewall, we have a mail, and then a file server. So this is internal plus the cloud is that side. Okay. Also, we are still working with the login and functionality of this server, so they don't have login. In addition, most of our stations deploy are Windows 10, and we are pushing to have an automated way of pushing security update to this asset. So they don't have automatic now yet. Thank you. Prepare presentation. Now, insecure web application search functionality leading to SQL injection. Okay. Now, if you look for it, it tell you it's a tampering and information data, because uh, if I get a SQL, most of them you can disclose, and then it can do tampering. I can do things. I can do repudiation or spoof or denial or elevate. You can. I'm not sure. No, you can't elevate only if you access the user table. No, insecure host infrastructure without load. See, I tell you no. We don't have a load balancer, so you already have a denial of service. If you look here, it tell you. It disclose information, but we need to add this in my point of view, because we talk about load balancer here, and also he talk about the DOS attack. No, no, I don't think this one. Mail server with no login. Yeah, if you don't have a mail server, you have the spoofing, and then a repudiation. That's it. So you can save a repudiation because we don't have login, so we don't know who sent who. So then unpatch employee workstation. The unpatch work, you see it over here. So you can alleviate the privilege and you can tamper the stuff. It's not spoofing, information disclosure. You're already there in the system. So next day, check your email. Oh, I check your email and you tell me straight I got the flag. So okay, thank you very much. I got the flag. Okay, and then what's next? The next part, it tell me what is the pasta framework. Don't tell me again about Microsoft. Or process attack simulation threat analysis is a structured risk-centric threat modeling framework designed to help organizations identify and evaluate security threats and vulnerabilities within the system application. There's too many frameworks. I don't know what's the difference between all of this. 7-step methodology. Oof, they have 7. Define an objective, define the technical scope, decompose the application, break down the system into components, analyze threat, vulnerability weakness, analyze attack, risk impact, methodology guide. Effective, too many things, guys. You can read them. Benefit of using pasta framework, adapted unique objective, application of pasta framework, responsive to the team, have a developer. We need this information now when we do the responsive for building the system architect, responsive for design overall architecture, the security team, and business stakeholder. Okay, let's do quick for this question. In which step of the framework do you break down the system into its component? Break the system in its component. Break down the system to its component. Decompose the application. Break down the system. Yeah, so we know which part. Okay, during which step the pasta framework do you simulate potential attack scenario? Simulate potential attack. uh, Simulate potential attacks. So we analyze and analyze the attacks. Okay, in which step the pasta framework do you create an inventory asset? Inventory asset. Create an inventory asset, just hardware, software, data developed. So defined as the technical scope. It should be. There's no logical. Why not? Where's the button? This one, it took me. This one, like, you need to be fast a little bit. I did it a couple of times. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, action. Same things, but this one I think, okay, so we can't go to the CEO room and the coffee room. Continue. Okay, I need to work with someone who can define the objective of threat modeling. So we're talking about objective here, more the stakeholder, not system architect, strategic planning. Oh, I am currently working on threat modeling plan. That's me. Sure, let me hear it. What is the critical asset? Okay. Our top priority to protect the customer personal financial data, secure transaction processing, and ensure availability and integrity of our banking system. Okay, cool. Now what I need who define the architect of the architect, so system architect. Hello, can you provide an overview application architect? Okay, it's the same as before. It's an Amazon EC2, EC2 RDS relation database and Amazon S3. Okay, we know this. We also plan to use elastic load balancer to handle traffic distribution. Okay, so they have against those. How about the data flow? Can you expound further? WITA is on S3 for storing static assets, so it's the bucket, such as custom profile picture and document upload. EC2 is hosting microservices, virtual machine, and RDS storing data customer. Okay, cool. Thanks. Let's go. Next, I need to understand how our online banking application works. So we need to talk to the development. He said we have a registration, authorization, account management, fund transfer, bill payment, account assessment. We also have mobile app, convenient access to our services. Thank you, thank you. Now that I already know, I need a line with someone who can point to potential threat and vulnerability. So he's a security guy. Okay, tell SQL injection, cross-site scripting, DOS attack, insecure configuration, public bucket, and there's endpoint. So we know as before. I see now based on three potential attack of threat, what can we do to mitigate them? Okay, we can implement a count lookout. Remember this, after several failed attempts, SQL agents will be mitigated using secure coding practice. For cross-site scripting, data output is encoded, and the counter the DOS we can service protect against threat, calling handle the increased load. For cloud security, we need to handle all our services, limit the accessibility of each one only to handle data flow. Thank you. Almost done. With someone can provide a potential impact of the no, not our organization network infrastructure site planning. The planning to tell us, well, this attack could have severe consequences. A 6-foot could lead to financial loss, customer bank legality, and all of that. So we know that. Thank you. Create presentation. Now, what should the top priority of the online banking system as mentioned of the banking system? We're not maximize profit. We're improving online with that per customer according to the system architect. Primary technical asset of online banking system. Okay, the primary, the cloud, the RDS and the S3. What component of the application did the lead developer? Remember, we talked to the developer during the decompose of application phase. He said user registration, account management, fund transfer, bill, and that one. So account statement. According to security engineer, the security guy, which type of threat is not considered for the online banking system? He talked about brute forcing. But he didn't talk about social engineering. Which vulnerability was mentioned by the security engineer as potential issue for the online banking system? Uh, he didn't talk about update patch, lock, and he talked about the cloud infrastructure misconfiguration. According to the security engineer, which mitigation strategy does match the unidentified threat? Uh, not. He talked about account lookout. Uh, in the risk and impact analysis phase, what potential consequences of the 64 attack was mentioned by the business analysis? The potential consequences, if we lose reputation and financial loss. Next day task. Okay, open the email and you give us the flag. Okay, thank you guys, thank you very much. This is why is giving me again? I got last time. So if I redo the room 3 times, they will give me more. It's ticket this from already ordered. Yes. Anyways, this is a quick one. I just want to do it in case someone need help. You can read about it and hope you like it. Please like and share. It helped my channel, and thank you very much and have a good day.